Greetings, fellow students of the Dreamy Spires platform. It's me, Letty, and today we're going to be talking about the dragons of Middle-earth. Let's get started, shall we? Right, let's begin. So, dragons first came to be when Morgoth had a bit of an oh no moment and realised he couldn't defeat the Noldor with just orcs. So, he created dragons. Now, the first of these guys was named Glorung, and he would be the father of all the dragons of Middle-earth to come. He was intelligent enough to speak, and he was also wingless, which, kind of rubbish, but oh well. He first emerged in the Siege of Angband before he was fully grown, sneaking out against Morgoth's will and driving the Noldor back a fair bit before Fingon and his friends chased him back whence he came. Now, Daddy Morgoth was none too pleased about this, and he grounded Glorung for a couple 100 years. Two big battles followed, the Battle of Sudden Flame, where Morgoth finally let Glorung out again, along with orcs and balrogs to defeat the Noldor, and the Battle of Unnumbered Tears, where Maedhros, Fingon and Turgon, I think, were defeated. However, also in this battle, the dwarves of Belegost had a crack at fighting Glorung, and they were a bit more fireproof than the elves, but whilst they did put up a good fight, their lord was killed, and with his final breath he did manage to stab Glorung, so well done to him, but the dragon lived and he didn't, and at the end of the day. He later went on to take over Nargothrond with the help of some orcs, keeping everyone captive using his evil magic. And when a brave guy named Turin, again, I may be saying this wrong, came looking for the captives, Glorung put him under his spell as well. He then made the orcs go away and went to sleep with his plundered gold, only waking up to ruin the lives of some would-be rescuers, including Turin's sister, Nienor. Maybe. He wiped her memories and left her to wander, and seeing she had lost her memory and Tyrion had never met her before, when they eventually reunited, they didn't know they were siblings, and they fell in love and got married. Ugh. So, how did Glorung die? Well, it was Turin who killed him in the end, because Glorung was on his way to Brethil, where the happy couple resided. But Turin was hiding in a gorge, and he stabbed the dragon with Gurthang. Glorung did reveal his evil plot to them, though, and they did both commit suicide. And that's the end of his story. Except it's not the end, because Glorung was only merely the first dragon. Many more followed, most of them not important enough to include here, but then came the winged dragons, little upgrade there, and with them our next subject, Ancalagon the Black. I can probably say that correctly. There's not much to say on Ancalagon, but he was the greatest of the batch of winged dragons that Morgoth created and sent out to fight the Valar in the War of Wrath. He could breathe fire, fly, and he was basically just a nasty piece of work in general. Whilst he did do a lot of damage against the Valar, he ended up being killed in battle in the year 583. More dragons came and went after this, and they continued to be a threat to the free peoples of Middle-earth. They dwelled mostly in the withered heath, but occasionally ventured out to do evil deeds. In the late Third Age, the dwarves had a lot of conflict with dragons. The main antagonist that we can remember here is Smaug, or Smorg, as normal people called him when they read the book as a child. I don't think I need to get into all that drama too much, because we're quite a way through Tolkien's Legendarium course now. And I can safely assume that everybody here already knows the plot of The Hobbit. So finally, we come to our fourth and final dragon who is worth mentioning, Scartha the Worm. Now, Scartha is my favourite dragon, I must say. He's just this, he just has this unique, creepy, ghost-like vibe that I'm a big fan of. He lived in a cave in the Grey Mountains that stank of death, and instead of hoarding something basic and preppy like gold, he hoarded bones and sharp rocks. How cool is that? Sadly, he was killed by a guy named Fram. His hoard was fought over by the men of Eothiod, maybe, and the dwarves who lived in the area. The dwarves claimed that the hoard was theirs by right. And then Fram sent them a necklace made of Scartha's teeth and a rude note, and then Fram was killed. And that is the end of my presentation about the four main dragons of Middle-earth. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, bye!